get depressed. You want attention, but you feel like your ass. Yeah, we can never see eye to eye. It seems like we both going blind. Yeah, I don't wanna wake up, no more stress.
Hi guys, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Azaria, back again talking about colorism. So today I've decided to react to a video about Meagan Good. You know, I really love Meagan Good as a person and her journey as a Christian. She's just gold. So, you know, watching this video, my heart may or may not break. I'm ready for it. Now before I just start off, I want to talk about self-love. I feel like colorism is rooted in self-hate. When I asked those girls, those lovely 20 girls, what they thought the cause of colorism was, a lot of them hinted at self-hate being the answer. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it now. But a lot of them hinted at self-hate being the reason, and I agree. I think that colorism is just a deep-rooted self-hate that just needs to be healed from the black community. Definitely something needs to be healed from a lot of communities around the world. But I just wanted to bring up today a scripture which I want to approach in a way that I don't think anybody has done before. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 to 8 says, "Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails." I want to break this down, not looking at it from the aspect of what is love, but looking at it from the aspect of what is self-love. Because self-love is just the word love with a self attached to it, right? So what is self-love if we just attach self to everything 1 Corinthians has said to us? Love is patient. Wait for yourself. If you're young, if you're old, especially if you're a teenager, your body's going through a lot of changes, your face is going through a lot of changes. This is not going to be your face forever. Your features are still changing and you are beautiful every step of the way. Similarly, on this journey to self-love, you need to be patient with yourself. Don't expect yourself to wake up the next morning loving yourself. It doesn't work like that. The hate that's within you, if you have any, towards yourself and the way you look, probably took years to get there, probably took years to build up, and it's going to take just as much time, hopefully less, you know, with the power of God and the grace of the Lord and all that, to heal from that. But just don't expect the change to happen in a day, because I feel like that will lead to disappointment, and that will probably lead to more self-hatred, because then you'll be like, why can't I just love myself? And that will just build up to more anger. That leads straight on to the next one. Love is kind. Be kind. Someone told me once to imagine a friend telling me the things I tell myself in my head. If I heard a friend telling another friend the things I told myself in my head, sis, I would intervene in the relationship. That would be a toxic relationship. That would be a toxic bye-bye, kick her out the door, delete her, unfollow her, block her on every social media platform, period. Relationship. Some of the things people say to themselves in their heads are awful, and I feel like when you're saying it to yourself, you don't realize how awful it is because you're so used to it. If you say some of the stuff you said to yourself out loud to somebody else, sis, if I did, I want to slap myself. That's the truth. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the truth. So yeah, be kind. The best way to do that is just imagine that the things you say to yourself in your head, that you're saying them to somebody else, or that you're watching somebody else say that to another friend or somebody that you love. Is that the kind of stuff that someone should be saying to somebody? Consider that. Love does not envy. Do not envy others or envy who you think you should be. Now, people think when they look at other girls or guys or whatever that they want to be and they feel envious. They think that they're envious of the features they see on the other person's face. Obviously, you can just see somebody with a nice figure and be like, ooh, she look good, she look cute, which is good. But I'm saying when you envy somebody, you're not seeing them. You're seeing what you lack. When you envy their good hair, you see your lack of good hair. When you envy somebody's figure, you see your lack of good figure in your opinion face. You cannot envy what you think you already have. And that's why envy is like one of the largest and easiest telltale signs of self-hate. Love does not boast, it is not proud. Do not take pride in your looks just because they are praised in society. Do not take pride in your looks just because they are the ones that society, with its twisted, corrupted, fickle social standards, decided to praise above everybody else's. It is not a compliment to you. It is not a compliment to you that you live in a society that glorifies your skin color over other people's. It is not a compliment to you that people glorify your body type over other people's. That is not a compliment to you. And you need to recognize that if that is your case. Love does not dishonor others. Use your beauty to honor others that look like you. When you call yourself ugly, when you call your nose ugly, when you call your hair ugly, you're not calling just yourself ugly. You're calling generations of people who had that nose to pass down to you ugly. You're calling generations of people to come with your exact nose ugly. Think about who you're hurting. You're calling everybody. When you say your skin is ugly, if you have dark skin, for example, you say, yeah, I'm ugly, my skin is ugly, it's dark. Do you know how many girls you just called ugly? Think about who you're hurting and think, does it really make sense to say that? You're hurting your children's children, you're hurting generations, you're sowing seeds of self-hate that are going to go down from generation to generation. 10 generations down, somebody gets your nose, they're going to have that same seed of self-hate that you sowed into yourself. This stuff is spiritual, it gets passed down, it does. And that's why it's so important to heal it. Love is not self-seeking. Think bigger than yourself. Like I just said, think of all the people that you meet. Sometimes when you feel like you're ugly inside, when you feel self-hate towards yourself, that can end up coming out in your personality and giving you an ugly attitude which affects everybody you meet. Don't be so self-centered. Don't let the hatred you have inside come out of there and affect other people, because they're not the reason you look the way you look, and they're not the reason you feel the way you feel. Love is not easily angered. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't get caught up in that vicious cycle of being mad at yourself for something that you can't change, which is the way that you were born, the way that you look. Just trust that God has a plan for your features, no matter what stage they're in. By the way, depression is suppressed anger. So if you find yourself extremely sad at the way you look, that could just be a suppressed anger at the way you look, a suppressed hatred at the way you look. I'm just saying. Love keeps a record of wrongs. You can't hold on. In fact, of course you can. I hold on to past experiences, but you should not hold on to your past experiences of what people had to say about the way you look. Do not hold yourself to your past experiences, what people had to say about you, because when you hear those hurtful things about your appearance, it can really build up in your soul and your spirit. It can stick to you. You need to start peeling them off. When you hear a thought like, oh, you're ugly, just catch that and say, no, I'm not, I'm beautiful. Throw it back. Throw it back. That helps, you know. It really helps. I tried that. It genuinely worked. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Do not take pleasure in masking your features in baggy clothing and layers of makeup and whatever it is that you do to hide yourself. Embrace yourself. Rejoice in the truth of your natural beauty and how you really look. Love always protects. Protect what you have. Preserve what you have. Don't damage it. Lash extensions, bleaching your skin, wearing heavy makeup and not wiping it off properly, not eating right, not exercising right, even mentally, feeding yourself trash, watching trashy TV shows or watching people be negative all the time. All that stuff can make you really ugly inside and outside. That's not preservation of the beauty you have. To preserve your natural innocence and your natural beauty inside and outside, you need to change the way you treat yourself, change the way you treat your features, and change the way that you feed your mind and your soul and your body. Love always trusts. Trust that the features you were given to you for a reason. Trust that God has a plan for your life and your face and your body and your skin tone and where He's going with it. Trust that, believe in that. Make a choice to believe in that and to act like you believe in it even when you don't. Because if you act like you believe in it, you'll slowly trick your brain into thinking that you do. Love always hopes. Even if you don't look now like what you think you want to, remember that your face is always changing. Till the day you die, your face doesn't stop changing. So just know that even if you don't like the way you look now, maybe it is on the way to looking in a way that God wants you to look, that you will actually enjoy. I can remember there were phases of my life I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy when my teeth fell out. I had half the teeth in my mouth and half the teeth out. I didn't think it was cute. It didn't make me feel pretty, and I felt very weird about it. It was very difficult eating and so on and so forth. But now I have a full set of new teeth. I'm really grateful for that. Trust that there's a plan. Trust that there's a plan for that. Love always perseveres. Don't give up on yourself finding self-love. You can do it. It is possible. A famous preacher once, I think her name was Nita Phillips, she said, you might start the race tired, but that doesn't mean you're going to finish it that way. You might start the race insecure, but that doesn't mean you're going to finish it that way. Start the race now in your insecurity, in your loneliness, in your depression, in your anger, in your self-hatred, in your sadness. Start the journey to self-love. You're not going to finish it the way you started. I genuinely believe that for you. I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping for you achieving self-love. So a couple of days ago, I was chilling on YouTube, and obviously I've been doing my series on colorism, doing a lot of research, so obviously I naturally get recommended colorism related videos. And this video came up about Meagan Good finally talking about why her skin got lighter, I guess Meagan Good finally admits real reason her skin lightened. So Paris Milan posted this video on May 18th.
A lot of people keep saying that she was never dark skinned. However, I don't
Darker
really
skin,
see people
yes,
stating
not dark
the
skin, no.
antithesis of that. And the argument is that, was Meagan Good ever a light skinned woman? Was she ever the skin tone that she is now? And the answer is no. You also have to pose the question, was she ever a dark skin? She was never a dark skinned woman to me. She was always brown skin. Maybe she used bronzer or darker makeup back then, but I've always considered her a brown skin woman. I never considered her light skin. This all is not the first time this has happened to Meagan Good. This has been a recurring thing, and all the way back to 2014, she's had to address these claims before, and I want to read you guys what she stated about the bleaching accusations in the past. I can't believe I'm actually going to address this nonsense, LOL. But I have young women who follow me, so I think it's important to give clarity because I believe that black and every other color is beautiful. This is for those who believe that I would actually bleach my face and entire body to try to be lighter skin. No man. First of all, I love my complexion. No matter what side of the spectrum I'm at any particular time, my skin looks various different ways for various reasons. From lighting to makeup, style of photography, or something as simple as weather and what post I'm working on at any given time. This is my complexion, the one I was born with. I tend to get lighter and dark.
That was her baby picture? She was light. That was her complexion when she was born, and there's not much people can say, is there? I mean, although, you know, people do get born and they get darker and they just never go back. That does happen to some people. But hey, personally, if you were born light skin and then you got to brown skin and you go back to being light skin, I'm not gonna question it.
Darker depending on how much sun I do or don't get. I love the sun. I'm a Cali gal. But as I've gotten older, and especially more recently since I've gotten into my 30s, I tend to not be in the sun as much because it ages my skin terribly. Simply put, I'm opting to preserve my skin by protecting it and only making exceptions for vacation. Once again, I acknowledge I really shouldn't have taken the time to respond to this foolishness. However, I feel moved to say something for every little brown girl that follows this Facebook page. I'm proud to be me, brown or tan, thick or thin, natural hair or weave, dye purple or green. God bless. And just last year, she was...
Do you know what? I love the fact that she's taking responsibility for that. I love the fact that she's taking responsibility for the fact that she's aware that there are many people following her that look up to her, like me, and probably need to hear that stuff. So it's nice to hear.
She was at this film premiere, and when she was at the film premiere, she appeared extremely ghastly. I actually made a video about this, and I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, child, it's probably like that because of it being winter or whatever, child. It was like fall. As a brown skinned woman, your skin tone is going to fluctuate. It's what it is. You are going to sometimes look a bit lighter, or you can get darker depending on the seasons. That is very true. But as a brown skinned person, you're never going to be ghastly or have that, my favorite term, casket ash undertone where you appear pale or grayish. That rarely occurs to brown skins, and I do feel her response is a little... First of all, Meagan Good has access to the highest quality skincare. I'm pretty sure she is a multi-millionaire.
People can still make mistakes. You can pay millions for an operation and still get
20 plus years at this point. She's been acting since...
Look at what Michael Jackson, for example. Anybody who ever got botched plastic surgery who was famous. Just because you're a multi-millionaire and have all the money to get a good plastic surgery doesn't mean it's going to turn out well. Just because you have all the money to get a proper skin, I think it's called a dermatologist, a skin care expert, doesn't mean that they're going to recommend you something that's going to go all perfectly. Mistakes happen, life happens. It is what it is.
She was a young...
I'm not saying that means that she's right or wrong. I'm just trying to give both sides.
Young child, and I don't really believe that Meagan would have went to an esthetician that she did not know was licensed. She has too much money, she has too many connections, she knows too many people for something like that to happen. However, if she wants to go with that story, I'm gonna say let her run that story if she wants to. Also, if you pay attention where she said she had a sunspot on her forehead, so if you had a sunspot on your forehead, why is your entire body this color now? Because again, at that premiere, it wasn't just her face, it was her neck, you can see her hands. If she wants to say that's what happened, that is her business, but I'm a little skeptical of her reasoning. Also, given that this isn't new, you know, people have been accusing her her of bleaching all the way back to like 2014. So are you saying that you've been waiting 6 years for your skin to regain its color, and now 6 years later it's just starting to come back? Also, was there a lawsuit that was going to be launched because of this botched procedure, or are you saying it happened more recently? There's just too many questions. And for those of you who say, oh, people need to mind their business, she opened herself up to this by even addressing it.
I don't think it's because somebody opens up one area of their business that you can just pour into all of it. I don't think that's how it works. It's kind of like, this is the way that I see it. I see it like a junkyard sale. So you know how people have yard sales, junkyard sales, whatever they call it, where they get random objects from items from their house they don't want anymore, and they put them out on a table outside in the street, and they say, hey everybody, come by, come by. That's like you putting a business in the street. Now you might have opened up, some people do open up their houses for people to come in and get stuff, like just, you know, take whatever you want. We're moving out, we're leaving everything behind, we're getting a completely new you know, house and furniture set, so just come and take what you want and leave. But most people take the stuff they want to sell, put it in the front yard and say, this is the yard sale. You cannot walk up in their house, go to their bedroom and take something and say, I'll take this for $50, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when people open up one part of their information and put it out, like, here's a part of my information I want to put out, you know, people don't have a right to the rest of it. I don't know, I'm just finding it very difficult to say that because people have access to, or because she's giving people access to her sunspot problem, that now they can go in and look at everything else. That's just how I see it. I don't like gossip. The Bible warns against it several times, and I personally just don't like it. So that's just me.
It, so people have a right to give an opinion. However, I do know that Megan has struggled with her appearance before in the past, which she spoke about in this interview, where she was saying she grew up experiencing a lot of anti-blackness, and I'm wondering if that is the reason why, as an adult, if that has altered her perception of her appearance.
It's interesting because I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, and I dealt with a lot of growing up, got called every single name in the book.
Oh wow.
And so I think, you know, around the time I was 13 is when more like different minorities started moving into the neighborhood. So up until that point, I think I always felt that I was beautiful, but I felt like no one else saw it. So it kind of almost doesn't matter in that sense when you don't feel seen. And people would always say stuff like, you know, when I had braids in my hair, like, how do you wash your hair? Can you wash your hair? Do you wash your hair? You know, stuff like that. I had neighbors whose property I literally wasn't even allowed to step foot on. Like legit. And it's interesting because my sister was a lot fairer than me. They would allow my sister to come on their property.
Wow.
Like me. You know, this teacher, I said, yeah, I want to be an actress, and she told me, she's like, well, honey, that's not very realistic, and you know, you're a pretty girl, but you're not as pretty as, like, you know, like girls who become actresses.
Wow.
Yes, girl.
Done. All I'm gonna say is that I wish Megan would stop addressing this. If you want to do whatever you want to your skin, just keep that for you. It's gonna look like you're contradicting yourself if you're saying things 6 years ago and then 6 years later it's a new excuse and a new excuse. So I would just leave it alone at this point. Do whatever it is that you want to do. But I do think that our community is skin tone obsessed. And I already know what you're gonna say. Oh, you're obsessed with skin tone too. No, boo. I'm obsessed with changing a narrative. If you guys stop having such an obsession with light skin and trying to uplift that over dark skin people, I wouldn't have anything to talk about regarding this topic. But let's get back to the video.
Okay. Final thoughts. Megan said she had a sunspot. The way I am, I believe people until I have reason not to, so I'm gonna believe that. I do think that skin bleaching is a problem, and I'm definitely going to look more into that in this series. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody who needs to hear this or watch this. That's my goal for every video. My goal for every video is that everybody who needs to watch it watches. Go check out my other videos I've done on colorism. I've done an amazing set of interviews with some lovely girls about it. Go check that out. Thank you for watching.
Thought his comment is Nicky fit biting. He told me he just wanted to be friends. I should've known him before he was tweaking. And you blow up my phone on the weekend. Tried to lock off my hobby, he creeping. Praise to God, I got life, he a demon. He told his friends I was down on no defense. He told me he just wanted to be friends.